Hi. So, in the last 24 hours, nothing about my love life has changed, except for the fact that I'm feeling really bad about it. A lot of the time, I can make light of it, and I try to tell myself that it's no big deal, that it's not as serious as it feels or not as bleak as it feels. And then through starting this project, I did something really stupid today. And I was trying to find a number that I had taken a picture of for work. And I started seeing all the screenshots of the messages from an ex from almost a year ago now. And saw that rabbit hole and dove right into it. So now I've been in the wonderland of breakups, looking at pictures of us, pictures of him, kind of reliving the whole thing. And why is it that you only remember the good stuff? Because there was a lot of shit that went down too. A lot of shit. Someone once told me that if he hadn't broken up with me, that I probably would have ended up breaking up with him. But isn't that what we all want? Isn't that like the American dream? Is to not be ghosted, not be dumped. Because if I'm bored of you, I want to be the person who gets bored for once. I want to be the person who says, no, you don't measure up. I'm not interested. And that's the thing. There's lots of times that I'm actually not interested. And because I'm having like a eureka moment, I think, because I'm bored with my dating and social life, and because I'm trying so hard to drive relationships forward, I take anything that comes along. Any semblance of a relationship, any kind of guy. I'll be honest, I'm straight, and about a year and a half ago, there was a lady in my life who was interested, and for a hot minute, I really considered and I flirted for a long time, because it's like, yo, I'm alone and I don't want to be alone anymore. Which is still the case. And kind of a relevant revelation tonight, just because I have a phone number of a guy who I haven't texted. And I know him through work, and he stops by the office sometimes. When he does, I don't always see him. But this last week was like the third time that he came to me specifically since he left his number. He's left his number twice with me and been like, we should go out to dinner. Can I take you out to dinner? Blah, blah, blah. The usual. There's this number that I was considering texting tonight because I'm on PTO right now for the next week. And I'm like, ooh, who can we go date before we go back to work? But the thing is, I'm not that interested in him. I don't think I am. Number one, there's not a strong physical attraction there. And then number two, because number one's not that important, but number two, I don't know. I've heard some stories from coworkers about him, about how that's kind of just his attitude, and that's what he does. He comes in and he flirts with the girls. I don't know if this is going to be me talking myself into it or out of it, and this is kind of just all my jumbled thoughts and venting tonight. But one thing I liked about him was that he was consistent, that he comes in consistently, not in a pushy or harassing way. He doesn't come up and bug me about it, or he doesn't, we have normal conversations too, but I appreciate that he can still acknowledge that he gave me his number and I never called him, instead of acting like it didn't happen. Where it left off was he came into the office last week. I guess, okay, apparently this is going to be the first guy that I tell you guys about. We should give him a name. Antonio. We'll call him Antonio. Antonio came into my work last week. And like I said, when he comes in, I'm usually not the one to greet him or to assist him. But it just so happened this time that I was. And he's been in a lot of times that we don't talk, or our paths don't cross. And so he always smiles or says hi, but like we're moving in our own circles, doing our own thing. He comes in my work last week. I'm the one who is assisting him. And I don't even know how this happened. Every time we talk, it's really, I'm going about my business, but he is flirting. Clearly. He took some flowers that somebody else had on their desk and he's like, oh, I brought these for you. And so I commented that, no, you did not. Those are so-and-so's flowers. And he's like, oh, well, I'll bring you some real flowers. To which I didn't know what to say. I just was kind of like, oh, haha, because he always makes those kinds of comments to me. He talked about wanting to take me to dinner, and I don't know. It was a basic, it happens kind of a lot at work, and I don't take it the wrong way. Like, he's not doing it, he's not harassing me. He's pretty respectful about it, and that was the last conversation we had. Is I have his number because he's given it to me twice, and he's like, I guess wanting me to call him, wanting to go out to dinner or whatever. And we haven't. It's been, I don't know, like 6 months since we first were introduced and since he first gave me his number. And so I was kind of thinking about it because I'm in a place right now where I'm frustrated. I'm so frustrated by this other guy, by this Jesse who stood me up on Saturday. It's now Monday. And he's never bothered to call or text or say what happened. I just haven't heard anything from him. He doesn't answer my call either, because I tried to call him on Sunday morning. I'm really frustrated and offended from that. And I'm wanting to, like, I don't know if it's like rebel or like prove him wrong or what, but it's like, then I'm just going to go in the other direction and like date somebody else is what I feel like. It's like, I want to go have fun. I want to do what I want to do. I'm sick of sitting at home, being bored, being lonely, needing like some socialization. I'm sick of it. I work in customer service. And let me tell you, all day, every day is spent on other people and caring about other people and listening to other people. And like, I want some of that back from the universe, okay? That's probably part of why I'm doing this stupid project, is because I feel like I am not getting to express myself. I'm like bored and I'm lonely and no one listens. And I have a lot to say. There's a lot going on, but no one listens. I listen to everybody around me, everybody. So I wanted to text this number. Part of me was like, oh, let's see how this plays out. Let's see if he really does bring me flowers. Let's see if he, I don't know, maybe we'll continue getting to know each other, and maybe eventually I'll text that number or call him or agree to go to dinner with him or whatever. I'm kind of a slow roll kind of person with that kind of thing, just because, gosh, I'm like not making any sense here, because I said that I don't want to slow roll and I just want to date and casually date. For the people that I already know, like the connections I already have, I like to casually date. If it's like so-and-so's friend or brother or whatever, that's one thing. If you're a stranger and I don't know you and like you just come in hitting on me at work, I mean, I'm not gonna turn around and like go to dinner alone with you because I don't know you. You're a stranger, and I'm very aware and wary of those kinds of things. But this guy's come in for like 6 months now. I mean, I don't know. So I was like, maybe I'll text him. Part of me wants to figure out like, hey, is he going to really bring you flowers? Is he really going to continue to be nice? Like, continue getting to know each other? Just out of curiosity, play in that field. That's what I want to do, is play the field. Like, cool, is somebody going to bring me flowers? Blah, blah, blah. And then part of me is like, nah, let's not figure it out. Let's just text him. And like, let's go to dinner. But see, I am like way in my head about all this. I'm trying to figure out the best way to go about these things and the right things to do. I just don't know. I don't know. Because looking at that other stuff from my ex tonight, looking at our pictures and not really missing him, but just like missing being in a relationship. And like, I don't know, guys. It's like I'm just tired of things not being on the table and possibilities not being out there, because it's like, if I'm not even talking to a guy, like, how am I ever going to date a guy? How am I ever going to be in a relationship? How am I ever going to get married? Basically not at this rate. I don't know, man. This helps though, because initially I felt so much stress over seeing these things, really nice messages that this guy used to send me, and then I was thinking like, man, how does it go from that? How do we go from you're an incredible person, you're my best friend, to like, the last thing he said to me was that he would talk to me tomorrow, and then he ghosted, and that's like not the first time. I feel like I've been ghosted a lot, maybe in every single relationship. And maybe ghosting is just a term that we use to describe like not staying in touch with your ex, or like not being on good terms or staying friends. Like maybe that's happened all along and now we just have this new word to describe it. But I am not friends with any of my exes. It did not end well. We didn't stay in contact at all. And I always just think like, man, how do we go from caring about each other like that to you don't exist in my world anymore? And I kind of want to be the person that closes that door and says like, nah, you don't exist in my world anymore. You're out. You're evicted. Bye. But I don't. I feel like maybe because I'm just getting scraps from everybody, it doesn't add up to enough. And so it's like, if I'm taking little bits from every person who comes along, and I'm trying to make that into something that's enough to keep me warm or fulfill me or feel loved, like it's not love. They haven't loved me. I wasn't loved by them. Like that really hurts. There's this guy I talked to for like 2 months, just texting. Just a, oh, we're just talking kind of thing, but like, holy cow. We were, I don't know, something was going on there. And we were saying things like, he would say, I want you to be mine, all mine, I don't want to share you. And I would tell him, I am yours, then keep me, and you are mine. I mean, like, deep stuff, okay? And then, guess what? He deleted me off of the social media network that we were connected on. Deleted. I mean, either that or he deleted his account, but like, yeah, right, he deleted me. And like, I was okay. This is weird, but I was okay looking at pictures of my ex. I was okay reading our old text messages up until I saw that this more recent guy had just thrown me in the garbage too. Oof. And that's what makes me want to turn around and date somebody new and be like, I don't know if I'm seeking validation or I'm trying to prove them wrong, and be like, haha, you thought that I wasn't good enough. You thought that you didn't need to love me or that I wasn't going to be loved, but look, somebody else is going to love me. I don't know, man. Probably a little bit of all of it. Kind of screwed up. Ugh. I don't know how to not be offended by that. Like, I don't know how to have it not hurt. Fun fact, the last thing that this guy, what should we call him? Apparently, I'm just going to give you the down low on like all of my exes right now. Let's call this guy Spencer. The last thing that Spencer said to me was that he would talk to me tomorrow. And then guess what? He waited a couple weeks and then he deleted me. Cool. Thanks. I don't know, man. Why do people do that? Why do people ghost like that? It sucks. It sucks. I don't think I've ever done that to anybody, and I think it's directly because I've always had it done to me. I was speaking to a coworker recently who was telling me that he isn't responding to the texts of his significant other because they'd only been on a few dates, and this guy was he called him a level 5 clinger. I think it was a level 5 clinger because the guy had texted twice in a row. And I just, man, my heart went out to that guy, because it's like, to just have everything you think and feel for a person just balled up and thrown at you, it sucks. It sucks. I made a promise to myself after last summer when this ex had screwed me over and taken a lot from me and left me behind, because I had felt like I had seen the warning signs from the beginning, and that I actually had not been interested in him at first. And another eureka for me, because what I was interested in was his interest in me. Holy cow, that is the truth. That hits home. I didn't think he was great. I wasn't attracted to him. I didn't like the things he had to say. He didn't ever want to go do anything, so we didn't ever do anything fun together. But guess what? He was interested in me, and nobody else was. And maybe I'm trying to take that as some kind of like validation or like proof to myself that's like, hey, you are lovable and somebody can love you. But guess what? They never end up loving you. Because this stuff isn't authentic. I don't have a genuine care about them. I only care that they care. And I think that's why it falls apart so fast, is because as soon as they stop caring, or if they're not caring the right way, they're not caring enough, which I have a lot of thoughts on that too, about I don't want to be the only person in a relationship. I shouldn't be holding up both sides of it. But the second they're not feeling me anymore, I take that really hard. I think because the whole time it's been about self-validation and proof. Like, I didn't like him. I didn't like him until he liked me. Not to say that doesn't happen. I think people can come to like somebody, but like for real, I think what I liked about him was like the little bits where you would get like, oh, that's a good boyfriend thing to do or say. Very few and far between. And then beyond that, I liked that he liked me. I liked the attention. Which, I don't know. Do you think you can be in an attention phase? Is it okay to date just for the attention? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, it was. Didn't turn out well. That being said, if I'm only potentially interested in this Antonio guy because he's interested in me, I don't know where to go with that. Judging from past experience, and if I'm ever actually going to learn anything from what I've been through, then I shouldn't pursue this guy just because he's pursuing me. But so maybe that doesn't make like a serious long-term relationship, but that does make for a few dates, right? Or like a short-term relationship. And so I don't know where to go with that, because is a few months enough? Is a few dates fine? What I'm really looking for, like deep down, what I want to find is a connection and like real love. But I also think, I mean, for whatever reason, it's not happening. I don't know that it will. So is that a reason to put everything else on hold and to never date anybody? Because I mean, I have like needs, okay? Like even just socially. I'm 25. I wish my life was at a different place. I wish that I was settled with somebody. Or like that I was at least on that path, or that I could at least see that path in the distance instead of standing over here in a bush. But I'm in the bush, and I guess I'm doing a lot of reflecting because I don't know what to do from here. What do you guys think? Do I text Antonio and go out with him? Do I hold out to try to find someone I'm actually interested in? Do I burn the pictures of my ex? I'm just kidding. I keep everything. It's kind of torturous, actually. I don't know. But I like to think that I'm going to figure it out, and that maybe I already am figuring it out. I'm thinking about it. And I'm trying to be more meaningful and purposeful with my actions here. So I'm trying not to just go from feeling rejected to texting the first number that I have. Maybe I'll finish my PTO and keep exploring these things, and maybe Antonio will bring me flowers and maybe he won't. I don't know. Can I just meet my prince already? I'm so over this. What do you guys think? Let me know.